So the South African Communist Party will today commemorate the 31st anniversary of the death of Joe Slovo. The struggle stalwart died on this day back in 1995. He was a founding member of Umkhonto weSizwe, a former SACP General Secretary and Housing Minister in South Africa's first democratic government. The commemoration will take place at Heroes Acre at Avalon Cemetery in Soweto. SACP General Secretary Mapaila is expected to deliver the keynote address alongside alliance partners including the ANC, COSATU, the Young Communist Party of South Africa and Contralesa. Our senior reporter Samkele Maseko is watching the story. He joins us now live from Soweto. And Samkele, Joe Slovo was a symbol of unity across racial, ideological and even organizational lines. And I suppose this commemoration is important when you think about those principles, given, I suppose, just how much realignment is taking place even within the alliance.
Indeed, and there is a huge realignment within the Tripartite alliance, but not only within the Tripartite alliance, particularly within the broader leftist movement within the country. There is a realignment in the broader left of the country. We are seeing deliberations across the former historical allies who had turned political foes. SACP is trying to woo the likes of NUMSA, the likes of FAU to go back into the fold of the Congress of African Trade Unions, COSATU, which is a shadow of its former self. You'd remember that NUMSA was expelled from COSATU. This time around, COSATU finds itself in the political doldrums, and with the workforce and with members dwindling at an escalated level, there is some sort of a move to have and configure the realignment of the Tripartite alliance. We've got the Government of National Unity, which the SACP has characterized as a sell-out position by the African National Congress. The ANC has strategically said it's a strategic setback that can see the ANC recover from. But with the relationship of the ANC and the SACP at a tumultuous time, at a crossroads where the SACP will be contesting the next local government elections alone, there is an alliance summit scheduled to come up within the foreseeable month or so. I am going to ask Mr. Mapaila Masuku, the Deputy General Secretary of the SACP, the alliance summit, this 31st commemoration comes at a time where you were booed at the ANC's National General Council. How are the alliance relations at this point in time, noting that you'll be going into an alliance summit where Joe Slovo was a unifier of these particular organizations? What will be some of the issues on that Tripartite Alliance summit?
The issues on the Tripartite Alliance it will be not a new agenda. It will be the historical agenda that we've been having. Whatever we do as a state, if we say the state that is there must be the state by the people for the people, it means it must service the people. It means that it must make sure that whatever it do, it is in the interest of the people. But the people are not just people. They are working class and poor and poor, and they also have the bourgeoisie on the other side and humanitarian strata. So when we service the people, we think that as we are moving now, the actual tension that we're having is that we feel that the working class and the poor is actually it's actually not service, it's actually ignored. It's actually service just as a part just of buying the face. We shall give you a house, we shall give you that. It's not about that, it's about changing the whole economy and the whole economic, the industrial perspective to service the interests of the people.
But the ANC has a perspective, particularly its national chairperson, Gwede Mandashe, that South Africans have become very passive. They're just sitting at home waiting for government to give them a job, waiting for government to give them a house, waiting for government to give them social grants. There is no innovation coming out of South Africans and enthusiasm and interest to go out and seek for a job themselves or to create employment for themselves.
He is right, but it's the system that we've actually put in place that discourage people. Because the system that we should have put in place, that we agreed upon even in 1994, we said this notion of service delivery is for us a foreign. Because what we're looking at, it was to work with the people, to find solutions to their problems, interact with government, look for resources, whether they're at the local government level or at the national government level, to leverage on what they have initiated. But we have taken the resources away, and we kept it by ourselves, and we're actually servicing, even whatever we're directing it is for more for profit accumulation, making sure that those who want to make profit are happy, and when they are happy, we think that we're making progress, and not to initiate and put in resources to those initiatives that are actually done by the ordinary South Africans.
The SACP is not a mass-based organization, historically. But when you look at the recent by-elections you've contested in Ward 13 in Seshego, you came back with 70 votes. How are you going to be able to attract the mass base of South Africans to go out and vote for the South African Communist Party in the upcoming elections, in whatever modality you use for these coming elections?
Our focus for the next coming elections is to say to the people that we have got a freedom charter that we agreed with the ANC and within the movement that is basic, that we need to address. And all the issues that we're supposed to address in the Freedom Charter, there are those softer ones that we're able to enter and deal with that. But the major part of that Freedom Charter is about restructuring the economy. It's about changing the issues of property rights and property relations. So in other words, restructuring your economy and how you use the natural resources and redistribute whatever comes out of that. So I want to introduce that. That is the aim of introducing that. And we know that we're starting from a low base because we haven't been interacting with society much on that. We've been promoting this general national unity for people to be united, and so that we can slowly engage through the processes to take us. But the events have overtaken us, because as we do that in the movement, what has happened is that we have had forces even externally coming in that are actually counterventing that we want to deal with, the issue around servicing the ordinary people of South Africa, making sure that their resources are benefiting them. But there was a force that is pushing us towards making sure that those who want to accumulate profit and exploit the poor are actually benefiting. So we want to introduce that, and we know that it's at an early stage. It might not be getting traction at an early stage, like we did even when we were dealing with national liberation. It was not gaining the traction in the beginning, but as we went on and we repeated it, people got used to that, and that's the aim. So the issues of numbers to the Communist Party at the current moment is not there, because we're not a PR. This exercise is not a PR. It must be based, and it won't work if it's not based on the genuine relationship with the people and the connection that is blood connected. That's why we're building that capacity within the party. We're building that capacity within the workers' movement. We're building that capacity and relationship within the NGOs. We're also interacting, as we would have seen, with even churches. We're also interacting with traditional leaders, and all those become a movement, and ourselves as a party become just a vanguard, because what must change this country is not a messiah party. It's allowing the people to do what will change their lives, and we become a vanguard and just guide it in between.
Mr. Masuku, lastly, on the issue of the statement of the General Secretary, what will South Africans be anticipating to hear from the General Secretary, Mapaila?
The General Secretary is going to be reflecting on the life and times of Comrade Joe Slovo, also the focus that was looking at, and why was there. Remember, he's a white guy within the struggles of the black. That's why he's here. So what is it that was actually motivating him? He's going to speak about that. He was going to speak about the motivation of humanity and human development that has guided him even when he had advantages as a white person. He had an advantage to live a different life. He's going to talk about that. He's going to talk about the issues of how does that relate, that program, how does that relate to the current international geopolitical sphere. What is it that we see today? And what does it relate to the struggles that Joe Slovo was leading and what the party is leading? And why is it that we feel that we need to have a different posture as a nation in relation to how we posture in the world. We can't allow a situation that has happened in Venezuela, because the people of Venezuela have structured their way of how they are going to deal with it, Samkele. Forget about propaganda. There you can't manipulate those people the way they deal with things. Even their electoral structure, you can't manipulate it because it is monitored. You know, we use an ID when you vote. We use an ID, we show an ID, and you identify you go and vote. There you show an ID, and you go and put your thumb there, and the machine asks you, are you Matala Masuku yourself? Can you turn your head like this? I want to see. And then they do that, and then what they do is, then they open a ballot for you to go and ballot. And when we have voted, it says to you, did you want to vote Samkele? And then it says yes, and then it gives you now a ticket to go and put in the ballot. So as they are voting, the results are coming out. They come in the screen out immediately. They don't wait for that. The only thing that they are counting just to verify is the percentage of the ballots to verify whether there was no mishap. So that's what is interesting about it. So it's those kind of people that want to, and Americans are now coming in there, and they want to take the core things that those people have identified, the oil, the minerals. You know, it's not oil. Many people are talking about oil. You know, they've got minerals. You know, I went and stay in a village where they gave me, like, you know, hold diamonds like this. Say, well, we've got these diamonds and want to sell them, and the Americans have close to us. And this is what makes us to live. Others said, we've got gold. They hold it like this. Villagers, not, I mean, like just community people right there on the outskirts. The law of that country says, when you come in and exploit, you exploit that, and 30% goes to the people of that area. And remember, that's one important one. South Africa must relate with Venezuela, because one thing that Mandela has actually captured was to agree with Chavez has given South Africa a priority there in terms of investment in the oil and in the minerals. It's very important that we should know that. And that's what Americans are fighting, that why are they not prioritized, and South Africa is being prioritized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matala Masuku. You are very passionate about Venezuela and have detailed information to the T. We will have more engagement with you on this issue. I do know you were there during the elections in Venezuela and other parts of the time you've traveled throughout that country of Venezuela. We will engage.
For 10 years I've been with them.
For 10 years, he says, he's been with the people of Venezuela. We will definitely take the discussion forward with him on the life and the economic situation of the people of Venezuela, which is a conversation Sophie Mukwena would so dearly love as well.
Fair enough. Samkele Maseko is our senior reporter live to us there from Heroes Acre at Avalon Cemetery in Soweto. For now, thanks very much indeed.